Hello, my name is Sam Sharp. I am a student at the University of St Mark and St John, and today I'll be presenting you with a study revolving around the sport of futsal. The aims of this presentation are to look at the method of study and analyse some of the limitations around that method. We'll also be inspecting one team from the study, and we'll scrutinise that team's performance using certain key performance indicators. And finally, using the data collected at the end, we'll construct a specific session plan, and we'll also explore different methods of how to utilise that data fully, such as constructive feedback to the players. So what is performance analysis? According to Passos et al. In their 2017 book, performance analysis involves systematic observations from an individual within sport to record certain statistics such as technique, movement and tactics. It's all used with the view to enhancing performance. Two types of analysis within this are that of subjective and objective. In this study, video analysis was used to scrutinise the footage, which is seen as objective. As O'Donoghue states, notational analysis is a method of recording fast-paced, ever-changing games, such as futsal. For that reason alone, notational analysis was used in this study to help collect relevant data. The study used was simple yet effective. A futsal tournament was held in the University Sports Hall as a vehicle to collect data. The tournament consisted of 3 teams that played each other twice, and the tournament was then repeated the following week. As previously stated, we are going to be specifically analysing the blue team. The blue team consisted of 5 players, whom for the purposes of this study will be branded Participant G, who played in goal, Participant K, Participant M, Participant S, and Participant A. The team set up in this formation that you can see on screen. They had a back pivot, 2 midfielders, and a high pivot up top. Rotation was constant throughout their tournament. This screenshot also shows the positions that we set up 2 cameras in each corner of the pitch to try and utilise the whole pitch, so we did not miss anything when trying to record data later on. In the first week, the blue team finished bottom without any wins and on 0 points. As you can see here, in week 2, the blue team turned it around and managed to finish top of the table. In between tournaments, the teams were encouraged to highlight key areas that they needed to work on, and I believe that this is a key factor for our study. During this interval, the blue team highlighted 3 main factors that they needed to work on for the next tournament. They needed to press the opposition higher up the pitch. They needed to be more innovative on the ball, both as individuals and a team, and they needed to shoot more efficiently. Here lies the key performance indicators chosen. Shooting efficiency was recorded directly from video analysis, whilst press effectiveness was recorded by using existing lines on the sports hall to distinguish the thirds. We used the final third and how many times the team won the ball back in that third, and we also recorded how many goals they scored directly from winning the ball back. Once the footage was collected, it needed to be broken down and analysed. A software called GameBreaker was used to code the evidence. GameBreaker is enhanced software that allows you to record KPIs at the push of a button. As the screenshot below highlights, you are able to extrapolate videos onto a timeline and open a code window to create buttons that are then used to save select pieces of footage. You can choose the time of the select footage, and we used version 10.3 Sports Code GameBreaker to review the footage at the end. Medina et al. Disclosed that a high percentage of goals in futsal come directly from ball retention via pressing. Whilst this was true for the blue team during the first tournament, they actually became less effective with their pressing during week 2, as shown on the table to the left. Data taken from shot efficiency during week 2 may justify this number, however. The clip below highlights just how effective the blue team's pressing tactic was, as they scored 2 consecutive unanswered goals against the green team, winning the ball back in the final third. The first goal just went in there. The green team take kickoff, and straight from kickoff, the blue team press. The results for shooting efficiency make for a better reading. The tables below visualise that the majority of the team were more efficient during week 2. A constraint that needs attention is that despite the fact that participant G went from 0% to 100% shot conversion rate in the space of a week, he literally only took one shot during the entire second tournament. The website Psychology suggests that this type of occurrence from such small sample sizes are actually inevitable. Data was also gathered concerning the areas of the goal targeted and shot location. Kozovic and Solach examined this during both the World Cup and the European Championships in 2016. They found that the majority of goals were scored in the lower part of the goal and from outside of the area. Whilst the blue team scored more goals inside the box, they did aim for the lower half of the target a lot more. These records would need to be considered when implementing feedback or creating tailored session plans to try and enhance performance. Reliability of data is vital in order to maintain consistency and relevancy. Bailey and Birch use an equation to work out levels of reliability. It involves agreements and disagreements from a third party. In this study, the footage was observed twice and compared to someone else's viewings. This gave us an inter-observer reliability figure. Whilst the result for shots taken comes back high, agreements on pressing and its definition clashed. Both results were above the universally agreed reliable landmark of 85 though. According to O'Donoghue in his recent book, perturbations consist of key moments within competition that can affect the final outcome. It is important to consider that levels of performance between week 1 and 2 may not have differed significantly. In week 1, the blue team conceded last-minute goals in 75% of their games, significantly affecting the results. This could be down to fatigue or positional problems caused by pressing forwards heavily. As previously stated, one of the aims of this study was to enhance the performance of the blue team, using the data collected. Mays et al. Suggests that the primary way of doing this is via an information relay flow between the coaches and the players. Besides feedback, session plans can also be created with the data. This session plan was formed after the study, with the focus being around pressing. There is also a sub-focus around shooting opportunities. The session contains a phase of play to keep the proceedings as game relevant as possible. This gives the players the platform to form a greater understanding of the topics freely, and it also incorporates shooting as a natural occurrence. With the study of shooting tendencies at the World Cup in 2016 in mind, players could be encouraged to try and shoot low within the phase of play and the game and of course the arrival activity, with potential of points rewarded. This session plan is available in full on the Edublog page for you to view freely. To summarise, after conducting and observing a study revolving around a futsal team's progress over 2 tournaments, footage was coded using the GameBreaker software and data was then collected based on the chosen key performance indicators of shot efficiency and press effectiveness within the final third. The results of the study showed that the blue team actually pressed higher in the first tournament, but this could have led to them dropping points towards the end of games through fatigue or poor positional play. In the second tournament, the majority of the team actually improved their shooting efficiency, as the blue team outscored the other teams and finished at the top of the table. The data was then scrutinised for reliability before being implemented into the coaching process. Feedback can be administered on the statistics, and a session plan was created inspired by the KPIs in an attempt to enhance future performance. Here is the reference list for the presentation. There will also be a further reading section on the Edublog page containing relevant articles that could not find a place in the presentation. This will join the session plan and videos used within the slides, as well as any other content that may be relevant to the presentation that didn't enter the slides. Thank you very much for watching.